In this video, I'm going to talk about doing a posture break when you have the closed guard and your opponent has their hands inside your armpits. Now, in another video, I talk about swaying back and forth, bring your arms way over your head, then grabbing the wrist and driving the arm across. It's a very effective way of dealing with this, and we're going to talk about another way that I use in regards to dealing with this particular situation, and this is what it is. So, Russ is inside of my closed guard here. He has his hands inside my armpits. This is stopping me from going underneath and swimming underneath. This is stopping me from grabbing his elbows. This is stopping me from going and shooting underhooks. But it is not stopping me from going upward. And this is what we talked about in the other video. We want to go where he's taking us. So he's basically taking my arms up this way. Okay? Now from here, what I'm going to do is instead of turning and grabbing his wrist and driving it across, because I might have trouble doing this, right? I might have trouble doing all this, is I'm going to come through and I'm actually going to turn my hand out and my elbow inside, okay? So I'm coming up here, I'm turning a little bit, and then I turn my elbow inside. And what it does is it creates almost like a wrist lock type pressure on him. Now at this point here, I'm going to keep turning, and then I'm basically going to grab his head, or sometimes I'll even swing through and grab an underhook on them. I do use this to get underhooks on my opponents. So if we turn this way, you're going to have some people, you're going to get phantom taps with this. What I mean by phantom taps is you're going to get people verbally tapping without you even expecting them to tap to this. The reason being is because a lot of times it locks up their thumb, like the web of their thumb, and it locks up their wrist, all right? It's not illegal. Even though you're kind of locking up their thumb, it's not illegal because you're not doing anything to actually attack their hand. You're trying to basically just pummel your arm in, but it does happen, all right? So, hey, I'll take a free submission when I can get it. So I'm here like this, my arms go way up. Now from here, I turn my elbows in, and then I crunch my body down here like this. It's gonna be very hard for Russ to keep establishing his position. Try to push with your left hand. It's very hard for him to do this because I'm driving my elbow down into his thumb, which becomes very uncomfortable. And I'm driving pressure down. I'm actually pushing his hand and his wrist down towards the mat. Now from here, I just grab his head and I establish my posture control here, where I work my underhooks or whatever. You're gonna have some times where, you know, you can purposely go for wrist locks. I actually do have this wrist lock on the grappler's guy, and that's where I come through like this here, and I come through and then I'll basically go for a wrist lock there. And it's basically like an easy submission to do. You're not giving up your closed guard or anything along those lines. And you're going to tap some people with this. You're not going to tap everybody. Some people are going to be like, oh crap, my wrist is bothering me. And they're going to pull their hand out right away. But it is an option. A lot of times what I do as well is I'll double it. So I'll double it here. I'll go here and I'll bring both of my arms in. Just like this. I already talked about this in another video too. You can do both sides because essentially I'm not really exaggerating my body one side. I'm basically just coming up here and I'm turning my arms in so I can put pressure into his thumbs. And then I'll grab his posture. So we turn back to our original position here. He has his hands inside my armpits. And this applies if he's grabbing my gis too. Okay, a lot of times people grab your gis and stuff them inside the armpits. This all applies as well here. And then I grab the position. The other one applies too, where we're grabbing and we're ripping the hand off of your armpit and dragging it across too. That applies whether you're wearing the gi or not as well. So play around with this. Just some ideas in regards to dealing with the person having their hands inside your armpits. This is a common thing. It's also more common once you deal with more experienced players. And more often than not, the people aren't using this so they can pass your guard from there. They're actually using this so they can stand up. So if you can deal with this sooner rather than later, that's ideal. You want to basically deal with this right away, because if not, you're giving them time to basically occupy your upper body, occupy your arms, and then stand up. And once they stand up, it becomes a different ball game. So play around with this. If you have any questions, comments, post below. Peace.